Hi, this is Dan from Gear Diary. When we were at CES a week and a half ago, we spent a fair bit of time at the Casemate booth. We've always been big fans of Casemate's cases, and we walked away with a bunch of different ones. So let's take a look at a few. The Barely There series has always been one of my favorite iPhone cases. It offers a minimum of protection, but it does protect the back of the device, it does protect the sides, and it gives just a little bit more protection that you get with a naked iPhone. I don't like a big bulky case most of the time, and so this has been a great option. Initially, the Barely There was simply a plain, often black case. This takes it to a whole new level. As you can see, the case is super thin. It's made of plastic, but if you look at the back of the case, it has brushed aluminum, and the silver looks really nice, and it fits together the pieces really tightly. And the black one looks even better because it actually disappears. So to get the iPhone in, you just take the iPhone, put the buttons and controls in first, you snap it in, and as you can see from the front, you can't even tell that the case is on. From the side, you've got the side nice and protected. On the back, I mean, it looks stunning. It doesn't really scream the iPhone has a case on, but it does add a little bit of interest. The brushed aluminum feels great. I could do with this being a little bit smaller, the logo, but I'll take it. It leaves everything open. It's a fabulous case. So this is the iPhone 4 and iPhone 4S Barely There brushed aluminum case. There's silver, there's black. It has an MSRP of $40. Next up, we have the Realtree Camo cases. We saw these cases and were immediately wowed by them. They look fantastic. The graphics on them are really quite stunning. And they fit right in with a new series of posts that Travis is working on called Gear Diary Outdoors. And the case is actually really quite protective as well. Let's take a closer look at just one of them. If you turn it over, it has an insert inside. It's a two-piece case. It has an insert inside. This is a nice soft rubber protective case. To use it, you simply take the iPhone and pop it inside. And it protects the sides, the back, the top, the bottom, and the other side. And it also gives a little bit of lay on the table protection. And then to finish the process of putting the case on, you simply pop it into the case. It fits really quite beautifully and makes a nice protective package, not quite as minimalistic as the Barely There series, but it actually doesn't feel like there's a lot of case on here. There are a number of different designs. We'll have all of them in the review that Travis is going to be doing in the next week or so. This has an MSRP of $35. And again, it's the Realtree Camo case with a number of different styles and graphics available. Next up is the Casemate Pop ID case for the iPhone 4 and 4S. It has a really nice thin profile to it. It has a smooth hard plastic here, but a rubberized good grip area on the sides, over the buttons, and along the rim. To get the iPhone in, obviously, you take the iPhone, put the buttons in first, press down, and the case is in and on the iPhone quickly. So as you can see, there's a little bit of lay on the table protection. This case is not as minimalistic as the Barely There, but it is actually not a thick, bulky case at all, not by any stretch of the imagination, despite the fact that it has this slot on the back that can take ID cards. You can put a license and one, maybe two credit cards in here. It's a great way to carry your iPhone with your license and a credit card and not have to worry about whether or not you brought your wallet with you. As someone who left my wallet at home but brought my phone with me a number of times over the last couple of months, this is actually a great option. Again, this is the iPhone 4 and 4S Pop ID case. Next up, we've got the Casemate Phantom case. This was actually just released at CES 2012. It's really a nice protective case. It takes a slightly different approach compared to other ruggedized cases, and it actually is just a two-piece case. The insert comes out like so. To use the case, you take the iPhone, you pop the iPhone into this protective front piece. Now this doesn't protect the back at all, but it does give protection on the sides, at the top and the bottom. There's a nice rubber piece right here. And then from there, all you have to do is take the case, place it inside the main outer shell, and press it into place. You now have very heavy-duty protection on the sides and the back, the top and the bottom, with covers that actually go in place. And you also have protection on the top and bottom of the screen, with the screen being recessed. It's not covered, but it is recessed, which gives some protection, and it gives lay on the table protection as well. It's actually a very, very nice case. It doesn't add a huge amount of weight or bulk to the iPhone. In that regard, it actually reminds me a little bit of the LifeProof case. It's not waterproof, but it is a great option if you need a little more protection but don't want the added weight and bulk of some alternatives. In fact, let's look at one of those alternatives right now before we move on. Again, this is the iPhone 4S and 4 Phantom case from Casemate. It has an MSRP of $50. You want protection, bulk and weight aren't an issue, and you need something more than the case we just looked at, the Phantom. You want perhaps the Tank from Casemate. Let's take a look at the Tank. It is one big, bulky, heavy-duty case. It's based, as we've written about, on the Shark Eye case, but takes it to a whole new level. The case has a heavy-duty belt clip that comes with it with a nice ratchet. It has screen protection that comes over the screen of the iPhone if you're using it. It's not waterproof, but it's pretty much everything else proof. It actually was tested up to military standards, which is not common for iPhone cases, and it withstood it. To get it open, you press on the bottom pieces here, and the iPhone goes right in here, as you can see from this dummy piece. It is really an impressive case if you need something that is going to give you maximum protection. If you don't need waterproof protection, but you do need crush-proof, throw-proof, drop-proof, Carly-proof protection, this is the Casemate Tank for the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S. It has an MSRP of $60. When we were in Las Vegas, I received a case from Casemate the first time I stopped by the booth. It was really nice. It had, like the wilderness cases that Travis is going to be looking at, it had a nice insert that protects the iPhone. You simply take the iPhone and you pop it inside. And then you take the case. Once it's protected by this really nice soft rubber, you take the iPhone and you place it in the hard shell and you pop it in. And you get, as we saw before, a really nice degree of protection. You've got the rubberized impact-proof lining and a hard shell for extra protection. You've got lay on the table protection as well, and you have access to all of the ports. I got this case and immediately Judy grabbed it and said, I want this. This is one of Casemate's do-it-yourself tough cases for the iPhone 4 and 4S. This particular case has on the back, I'm on a deadline. But you can print pretty much anything you want here. They've upgraded their system for making your do-it-yourself case, and it's really easy now. It's much easier than ever. It only costs $40 for this case, and you can have a case which is a one-of-a-kind. They made a lot of this, so this is not one-of-a-kind, and we've got a few of them that, well, we'll fill you in on that in a moment. This, again, is an example of the Casemate do-it-yourself tough case for the iPhone 4 and the 4S. It has an MSRP of $40, and it looks really nice, and nice protection as well. So why do we mention all of these cases? The customized case, the wilderness case, another wilderness case, because we're going to actually be giving a bunch of these Casemate cases away over the next few days. Not as part of this post, but check back in a couple of days and we'll be giving away a number of them, especially this I'm on a deadline case. Coach will be giving away some of these wilderness cases as part of Gear Diary Outdoors, and we'll have some more giveaways as well. Again, these are some of the current lineup for Casemate. Awesome cases. You can customize your iPhone to your liking. You can get a decent case with a fair amount of protection at a relatively low price, and the quality of the cases is excellent. This is Dan for Gear Diary. Thanks for watching.